He's got that just New York piss and vinegar, like he's gonna kick you in the nuts if you screw up.
New York City.
So check it. If there's one thing that I want you guys to take from the series out of all of these videos, this may be the most important episode because it's about mentorship. I would not be the entrepreneur I am today if I did not have the mentors throughout my life that have given me the guidance to get to where I am. Trust me when I tell you, it is probably one of the most important variables throughout your life's journey. You need to find someone who's going to make that positive influence and impact in your life. And when I was at my lowest point, I looked for the person that I could relate to, that I understood, that also took an alternative path. His name is Blair.
I love the opening of the book. This is what you say, right? I didn't start at the bottom, but I reached it pretty quickly. What does that mean?
You say you were a gang member. It's a big claim.
Yeah, it is.
I don't want to get into an Oprah situation where you're lying to me here.
Gone from next to nothing to a multi-millionaire.
Ryan came from dirt.
A kid like Ryan could have very easily ended up in state prison.
Next? Well, you write a book about it, of course.
I grew up with nothing, and I had a mindset about, I wanted to come up. I wanted to become successful. I got a couple mentors and learned how to do it. Now I'm on the other side of the tracks.
I was at a point in my life where it was like rock bottom for me. I had gone from self-made millionaire to basically losing everything, losing friends, money, selling my cars, all of these things, because a couple bad moves, the saying that becoming a millionaire, you may think is tough, but actually staying a millionaire and learning how to actually compound that growth and keep it and be smart with your money is way more difficult.
Rock bottom is different for everyone, and you have different rock bottom moments around. Like you might have a rock bottom moment around your health, or a rock bottom moment in your career, or what type of husband you're being, or what type of father you're being, or what type of friend you're being, or brother you're being. And that's just basically the lowest moment that you have on that subject.
I think when you hit rock bottom, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna lose things, right? Material things or money. It could mean that you just feel like you're not good enough. You have the fear of failure. Maybe you've had people put you down. Maybe, you feel like you can't get to your full potential. Maybe a lot of it is that mental point in your life when you're just you feel like you're just never gonna get to where you want to be in life. Or no one believes in you. And I know what that feels like when you're alone. I've been in a place in my life where I'm it's me against the world.
But everybody's bottom's different, right? It's sometimes you hit like a low point, and then you kind of continue doing the same thing, maybe sabotaging yourself, maybe hanging around the wrong people, maybe taking the wrong advice, having too much ego, whatever it is, until you hit a place where you're like, all right, I'm done with that kind of behavior, or that kind of philosophy. Yeah, when I sold Sky Pipeline and I'd run out of money, and I sold it for a big amount, made the press, had a big ego, was a young guy, 24, 25. And then just ran out of money. I was like, all right, I got to do something different this time around. Next time I'm going to save some. I'm not going to lease cars, mortgage myself out, and live a fraudulent lifestyle. I'm going to have cash and do things smart.
Yeah.
So that was one. But that's not really a rock bottom because I'd already become a millionaire. Prior to that was recycling cans and shit, going through dumpsters that'd be a rock bottom moment. Wearing thrift store clothes to go to school.
Okay, when I was at my worst period, I read this book, Nothing to Lose, Everything to Gain. And I learned from this guy. And I reached out to him when I very first had this idea of starting Elite Daily, my last company with two of my co-founders. I had them read the book as well. And that inspired us so much to learn from those same mistakes that he made and learn from his journey, that it inspired us to build Elite Daily to what it was and what it is today, allowing us to have the acquisition that we had last year. I probably wouldn't have had that acquisition if I didn't have the advice and guidance from my mentor.
Now look at you.
Still out here fucking trying to hit it. I still need that one big smart move, right?
No, you already did it. You did it. You're an icon, man. You're a legend. You already did it. Now you gotta just do it again.
Yeah.
And then again.
You're the real legend, man. You inspired me.
You continue to add value to people's lives, and then the more you do that for a long enough period of time, it starts to have a bit of a ripple effect. Well, if you focus on that, then you get shit like this. So, but if you focus on this, you never get it. And if you're chasing money, you'll be chasing your whole life. But if you're trying to create value, and the more value that you create, and then you figure out an economic engine around creating that value, then you can spend your whole life just doing that. You know, and then in that particular scenario, money, you know, it follows, it doesn't lead. And then the rock star is like the new age rock star, the rock star entrepreneur, the rock star, you know, father, the rock star philanthropist, or, you know, social entrepreneur. You know, somebody that wants to be the best that they possibly can be, the rock star engineer.
He had struggles early on. He made mistakes, and he learned how to learn from those mistakes and push forward. I related to his story, so I did whatever it took to get in touch with Ryan, to show him that I took it serious, to show him that I would be a good mentee, that I would bring value to him as well, and that I had what it took. You need to do that as a mentee. You need to find that person, understand his story, understand his journey, understand his mistakes, his failures, understand his success, understand where he comes from, relate to it, understand it, and show them, reach out to them, get in contact with them. Make it known that you are taking it serious, that you want them to help guide you, to impact you, and that you will bring value to them.
And you have hits like yours, you know, so 40, you gotta do 80 next. And then after that, it's like, if I did 10, that's cool, you know, it's better than losing. Right. But it's not gonna keep your lifestyle. So you gotta go for that third comma, man. Yeah, man. That's amazing.
This guy has become an amazing friend of mine, a mentor, and you really need to continue to surround yourself with people that are going to inspire you, mentor you, that are going to help you push your limits. And Ryan has always done that for me. I'm excited about his book coming, Rock Bottom to Rock Star. As always, brother, thank you so much for everything. You know?
Thank you for having me. I look forward to participating in the series.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you're probably wondering now, how do you find that mentor? So check it out. I made another video that goes over my 3 steps that you can take action right away and find that mentor and make it happen. So click this link below. You'll get my next video on the 3 steps on how to find that mentor and take action, as well as my new contest called Millennial Apprentice, where I'll be flying someone to New York City. They'll get mentored by me. They'll meet my mentors. They'll feel what it's like to be in New York City, the hustle, city of dreams, and learn how to make it happen.
No prisoners, we ain't taking no prisoners. Bulletproof your windows, we ain't taking no prisoners.